Holmby Hills at one of Sean Diddy Combs' homes. We were first on scene as it all unfolded. We came right in the middle of the convoy of about 40 undercover law enforcement vehicles.
You stood next to Biggie, you put hot on him. That's stand next to the fighters you want, right? You stood next to Mate, stood next to Jock. Look, Puffy might be the destination for anybody going nowhere.
Oh, you gotta hear this, because the drama around Diddy just keeps piling up with every new scoop. Looks like Diddy might be clocking in some serious hours at court soon, battling it out big time. You know, thanks to his forever rival and the thorn in his side, Mr. 50 Cent, whispers are flying that Diddy's facing some heavy RICO charges. For ages, 50 and Diddy have been tossing shade at each other. But the rumored RICO situation brewing, it seems kind of like 50's about to snag a win over Diddy. And guys, the dirt on these RICO charges, they're looking pretty gnarly. With chatter about substance dealings, severe exploitation, and a bunch of other shady acts, Diddy's really caught up in a storm, way over his head, and things are only going to spiral from here. So let's dive into all these juicy details, shall we?
What they're looking for is proof of conspiracies for trafficking, potentially money laundering, which could bolster their forfeiture case.
All right, so here's the scoop, but let's keep it quick. Diddy's caught in a storm, and 50 Cent is having a field day, poking fun and shining light on some of Diddy's lesser-known shady dealings, including some Homeland Security drama. Despite their well-known beef, not everyone knows that 50 once looked up to Diddy and even dreamed of signing with Bad Boy Records. However, Diddy, wary of 50's gangster rep, especially after Biggie's tragic end, said nope. This snub from Diddy, despite 50's massive success and hardcore image, kind of sparked a never-ending grudge in 50, turning him into this ultimate shade king. Fast forward, and 50's still on that grudge train, dragging Diddy for all sorts of things, even personal life accusations, and claiming that Diddy mistreated 50's baby mama. Yeah, things got super personal, leading 50 to go as far as filing for custody. So it's more than just a feud, it's like an epic saga of shade and revenge, all because of this long-held bitterness. And there you have it. It's drama that's almost too wild to be real. Now, 50 Cent is seriously ramping things up, vowing to spill all the details about Diddy's situation. He's buzzing about how the feds are supposedly hitting Diddy with RICO charges, which is huge because the rumors suggest that Diddy's ordeal is just a larger piece of the conspiracy puzzle. RICO charges, for those who might not be familiar, are the big gun prosecutors used to take down criminal networks, targeting not just the crooks, but also big bosses and even legit businesses that might even be in on the action. What this essentially means is that the feds believe they've got enough to argue that Diddy is tangled up in some nasty business, like human exploitation and money laundering. This isn't the first time Diddy's name has been whispered in the same breath as some allegations. Remember this lawsuit from the woman who claimed that she was too young when she had a horrifying encounter with Diddy and his crew? She also accused Bad Boy Records of being a cover for illegal activities, even linking Diddy to the notorious Black Mafia family. This ties all back to 50 Cent's claim about Diddy facing these RICO charges soon. And what's super intriguing is that 50, who's been digging into the BMF story for a drama series he's producing, might just have the inside scoop on all this mess. It's a tangled web of allegations and accusations, making this drama about 50 and Diddy not just personal, but part of a bigger narrative that's unfolding in real time. Interestingly, Candace Owens stirred the pot by suggesting that Homeland Security raids on Diddy's mansion was more of a diversion. She tweeted that while the feds made it look like they were cracking down, Diddy was actually being set up as the scapegoat to shield the real bigwigs behind the scenes. According to her, the raid was about eliminating evidence, not uncovering it. Echoing this sentiment, 50 Cent chimed in, questioning the silence of Diddy's circle, hinting he had recordings that could blow the lid off everything. The buzz on the street suggests that those involved in these alleged criminal enterprises are power players, even more influential than Diddy himself, which is quite the statement considering Diddy's billionaire status. Enter Clive Davis and Lucian Grange, two moguls at the pinnacle of the music industry, with Clive as a chief creative officer at Sony Music and Lucian helming Universal Music. Their influence is unmatched, underscored by Lucian's recognition as the most powerful person in music multiple times. The ties between Diddy and these industries run deep. Flashback to Diddy's early days, interning at Uptown Records under Andre Harrell. However, it was Clive Davis who was the financial muscle behind Uptown, positioning Diddy for early success. This is until a disastrous event at a show Diddy promoted led to a tragic loss and Diddy's subsequent firing. But then, Clive Davis made a pivotal move, choosing to back Diddy and Bad Boy Records, a decision that dramatically altered the course of Diddy's career. This pivot raises eyebrows and fuels rumors at an intimate deal between Diddy and Davis, a controversial and whispered allegation about the nature of their partnership. Such tales add layers to the current drama, suggesting that the connections and influences at play are more complex and shadowy than they appear at first glance.
Rumor has it, allegedly, Diddy got on his knees for Clive Davis in 1994, and that's how Bad Boy Records came about.
There were eyebrows raised over Clive Davis's decision to throw his support behind Bad Boy Records. Clive himself said he had been open about his initial doubts regarding Diddy. He mentioned how Diddy convinced him that hip-hop was about to take over the top 40s charts, a concept Clive found far-fetched at the time. It was Diddy's introduction of Craig Mack's 1994 banger, Flava in Your Ear, and the notorious B.I.G.'s early works that finally got Clive to see the potential through Diddy's eyes, despite Diddy being a young and relatively inexperienced visionary in the industry. However, the plot thickens with claims from Jaguar Wright, suggesting that there was more behind Clive's backing than just a belief in Diddy's vision for hip-hop. Wright has controversially alleged that Clive's support was part of a darker, more complex relationship web involving Andre Harrell and Diddy, hinting at exploitation and manipulation within the industry's power dynamics. This narrative adds a shadowy backdrop to the origins of Bad Boy Records and the early days of Diddy's career, painting a picture of an industry rife with unspoken agreements and hidden motives.
He's just an extreme narcissist who loves power. He loves the ability to manipulate and control people.
Jaguar Wright stirred the pot further, claiming Diddy cunningly bypassed Andre Harrell to strike a direct deal with Clive Davis, effectively sidelining Andre.
Andre got passed over. Like, how do you go from being the president of Uptown and losing your entire company?
And oh boy, this drama is like a kettle about to whistle with all the secrets bubbling up. There's a bombshell rumor floating around that Clive Davis might have played a role in Whitney Houston's tragic end, with Diddy allegedly involving and covering it up. Yeah, you heard that right. The circumstances of Whitney's demise has always sparked questions, and the whispers haven't stopped. In the days before Whitney was found, there were rumors of a tense meeting with Clive, after which she seemed visibly shaken and worse for wear. Just 2 days later, she was discovered lifeless in her hotel bathtub. While the official line was that there was no signs of criminal activity, with the cause of death pointed to accidental drowning, heart issues, and substance use, the autopsy did note external trauma on her body, yet foul play was dismissed. Adding to the intrigue, Clive Davis went ahead with his pre-Grammy party at the same hotel on the night of Whitney's death, a move that raised a few more eyebrows.
You don't cancel. You turn an evening into a tribute.
You did a magnificent evening.
Into...
Did you give a thought to canceling?
Never.
While he framed it as a tribute to Whitney, many saw it as a rather cold gesture from someone who professed to be a close friend of hers. This web of rumors and allegations suggests a much darker narrative lurking beneath the surface of these high-profile relationships and tragic events.
Did you give a thought to canceling?
Never.
You never thought?
Never.
Did you ever think?
And the family did not want me to give a thought.
Didn't?
No.
Whitney Houston's autopsy report raised a myriad of red flags, hinting at a scenario far more complex than initially thought. The document detailed multiple signs of external trauma, superficial abrasions in the left side of her forehead and the bridge of her nose, along with cuts on her left arm, hand, and shoulder. The peculiarities continued with the revelation from pathologist Sarah W. that the bathtub water's temperature where Whitney was found neared boiling levels, casting doubts on the possibility of her willingly sitting in such scalding conditions. Sarah W. expressed skepticism towards the drowning theory, suggesting instead that Whitney might have been unconscious, or worse, at the time of her fall into the bathtub. Adding another layer of the mystery, a private investigator unearthed findings that Whitney exhibited what appeared to be defense wounds, indicating a struggle.
They saw her body. She didn't just die in a tub, like she was beat up.
As you can see, Jaguar Wright supported these claims, challenging the narrative that Whitney's demise was as straightforward as being an accidental drowning in a bathtub. This chorus of inconsistencies and alarming details paints a troubling picture, suggesting that the true circumstances of Whitney Houston's untimely death are far from resolved. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below.